the whole world on a plate.
Would either of you like another cup of coffee?
I will, but Jim won't.
I think I will have another cup of coffee.
Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
To the sea, I looked in the eyes of the cold and the hungry, and I saw that I was looking at me. And I wanted to know if life had a purpose and what it all means in the end. In the silence, I listened to voices inside me.
It was really a challenge during the year introducing them to our Western culture.
It'll help you better prepare storing foods for the up-and-coming monsoon months. Also, Tupperware products are ideal for storing leftovers to help stretch your food dollar. This 2-quart seals them right container keeps hot dog buns fresh for days.
You must understand, these people had been completely isolated from civilization. No one had ever outlined a physical fitness program for them, and they had no athletic equipment. I started them on simple calisthenics, then gradually worked them up to rudimentary game skills, and finally advanced competitive theory. I was patient with them, and they were eager to learn. They seemed to enjoy themselves. It was probably due to the advanced American teaching techniques.
I think they're getting the hang of it. When we re-enlist, I'll teach them baseball.
Dad, I don't want to stay here. It's time for us to go back home to the plans we made before the war.
A lot of people made plans before the war, like George Zipp.
It was at that moment that I first realized Elaine had doubts about our relationship. And that, as much as anything else, led to my drinking problem. We did come back to the States, tried a number of jobs. Well, I could go on for hours, but I'd probably start to bore you.
Oh, I can't stand it.
What is it?
Oh,
Yes?
oh, it's my stomach. I haven't felt this awful since we saw that Ronald Reagan film.
Airsick?
I think so, but I've never seen it so acute.
Find out if there's a doctor on board as quietly as you can. Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
Jim never vomits at home.
I'm sorry I had to wake you. I'm just looking for a doctor. There's nothing to worry about.
Stewardess, I think the man sitting next to me is a doctor.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
You'd better tell the captain we've got to land as soon as we can. This woman has to be gotten to a hospital.
A hospital? What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now. Captain, how soon can you land?
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
No, I mean, we can't land for another 2 hours. What is it, Doctor? What's going on?
I'm not sure. Haven't seen anything like this since the Anita Bryant concert. What was it we had for dinner tonight?
Well, we had a choice, steak or fish.
Yes, I remember. I had lasagna. What did he have?
What he had for dinner?
Yes, of course, we both had fish. Why?
Oh, it's nothing to be alarmed about.
Fish. What did the navigator have?
He had fish.
All right. Now we know what we're up against. Every passenger on this plane who had fish for dinner will become violently ill in the next half hour. Collapses, accompanied by uncontrollable flatulence, until finally the poor bastard is reduced to a quivering, wasted piece of jelly.
Airline, automatic pilot.
East of the Rockies. There's no possible place they can land. They'll have to come through to Chicago. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. I want the best available man on this. A man who knows that plane inside and out.
Oh my God, the automatic pilot, it's deflating!
Well, lady, don't panic. On the belt line of the automatic pilot, there is a hollow tube. Now, that is the manual inflation nozzle. Pull it out and blow on it.
What the hell's going on up there? Elaine, you're a member of this crew. Can you face some unpleasant facts?
No.
All right. Unless I get all those people to a hospital quickly, I can't even be sure of saving their lives.
No, no one I know of. This is due to periodic air pockets we encounter. There's no reason to become alarmed, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight. By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
Sit. So I understand you have a real emergency down there.
Yeah, something like that.
Chef, no. I'll bet you have exciting things happen all the time down there.
Well, airline business does have its moments, but after a while, you begin to get used to it.
Unbelievable. How many times I've warned those people about food inspection?
You'd think after all these years, someone would listen to you.
Oh, well, airport management, the FAA, and the airlines. Oh, cheats and liars.
I'm sorry to bother you. I was just looking for someone with flying experience.
When they built those roads, they had no thought of drainage in mind. So we had to take a special Jeep up to the main road, since just the day before, only one that we had broke down. Had a bad accident.
Excuse me, sir. There's been a little problem in the cockpit.
The cockpit? What is it?
It's the little room in the front of the plane where the pilots sit. But that's not important right now.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Doctor, I've checked everyone. Mr. Stryker's the only one.
What flying experience have you had?
Oh, I flew single-engine fighters in the Air Force, but this plane has 4 engines. It's an entirely different kind of flying, altogether.
It's an entirely different kind of flying. Mr. Stryker, I know nothing about flying, but there's one thing I do know. You're the only one on this plane who can possibly fly it.
We'll need a pre-landing flight check. Tell them I'm in the dispatch office and I want it here fast.
It's your wife.
I want the kids in bed by 9. I want the dog fed, the yard watered, and the gate locked. And get a note to the milkman. No more cheese.
No, we can't do that. The risk of a flameout's too great. Keep him at 24,000. No, feet. One of the passengers is going to land that plane.
Is that possible?
Possible. It's 100 to 1 shot. I know this guy.
You do? Who is it?
Name's Ted Stryker. I flew with him during the war. It won't make my job any easier tonight. And all the pieces on a particular mission. Let's just hope that doesn't happen tonight.
Course 090, trim, mixture, wash, soak, rinse, spin.
Elaine, I don't have time to say this gently, so I'll be very direct.